If you just received a letter in the mail telling you that your Medicare premium is going up, and often it's by a shocking amount, there's two things I want you to know right off the bat. One is you probably didn't do anything wrong, and two is there's a pretty straightforward way to fix it. So, Medicare premiums are based on your income, but not your income last year, from your income 2 years ago. So, maybe you retired and got a severance, or you sold a business, or you had some other one time income spike. Well, Medicare is still looking at your income and pricing your premiums as if that is your current income. When your income crosses certain thresholds, you get hit with what's called an income related monthly adjustment amount, or IRMAA, which is just an extra premium that you pay for Medicare based on your income. And that's what triggers these surprise letters for people. But the part that most people don't understand is that if your income went down because of a life changing event, we'll talk about what those are, but most often it's retirement. There's a process where Medicare allows you to appeal that premium and potentially bring it down. And the form to do that is SSA-44. And today we're going to go through how to fill out that form and then, more importantly, how to submit it. This is Form SSA-44. You can Google SSA-44 and it will get you hopefully the most recent copy of that form, or go out to the Social Security website. But this is the form that's basically how you're telling the Social Security Administration, my income is lower now, and this premium no longer reflects my reality. So this is the method to correct those surcharges from that letter you received. So the first thing you need to do is fill out your name and Social Security number on this form as it's filled out on your Social Security card. Now, there's only 2 more pages to this that we actually have to fill anything out on. The rest are all instructional. If you're curious about what the thresholds are and the subsequent surcharges that you get on Medicare, that's all listed right here. And you can use this if your income is pretty close on any of these things, but it's good information to have. So let's talk about step 1. This is the life-changing event. So there's 8 options here in terms of those life-changing events that have caused your income to be different than what it was 2 years ago. And you're only going to select one of these, the one that fits the best. If you aren't sure, there's a section on the bottom of the form that I'll show you after we get through this, where it helps describe and help you figure out which one works the best for you. However, for most people that I've helped with this form, it's work stoppage because they retired or they sold a business and now they're retired and their income is lower. So you check your box here, only one box, and put the date of that life change. Step 2 is where we actually tell them what your income looks like. So in this case, maybe you haven't had your taxes done yet, but you've just gotten through 2025 and your income's already lower than it was in 2024 due to whatever event. Well, this is where you put the tax year, and then you put your adjusted gross income and any tax-exempt interest you earned. Those 2 numbers together equal your modified adjusted gross income. A lot of people may not even have anything in the tax-exempt interest, but you put your adjusted gross income. And I will tell you this, make this as accurate as you can possibly make it. Don't lowball this thing. Make it accurate, because there will be checks on this. And if you think you're going to slip one over on Medicare or the Social Security Administration, it's not going to happen. And you can end up being retroactively charged those surcharges if they should have applied. So once you put this information in, you select your filing status, and you're probably good for this page. Now, if you're also in a position where you think this coming year or a year that hasn't happened yet, that income is going to be significantly lower, you can also do this section 3, which is anticipated reductions in income. So you're giving an estimate, but same rule applies. Don't lowball it. Be as accurate as possible. Otherwise, if this is kind of commensurate to what your income normally is or normally will be going forward, you can just hit no and skip to step 4, which is about submitting documentation. You have to submit evidence of this life change. So sometimes that's something like a retirement letter from an employer, or a final pay stub, or maybe it's a legal document from the sale of your business. Now, maybe you don't have anything. Maybe you don't want to call your employer and say, hey, write me a letter. They will also accept a written signed statement of the change under penalty of perjury. So you don't have to worry too much if you don't have anything to show for that change. They will accept that statement. Just make sure it's truthful because of the penalty of perjury. Nobody wants that. Once that's done, in Section 5, Step 5, you will fill out the information and sign your form. And now you're ready to submit your form. You can do it by mail, or the best option is likely to schedule an appointment at your local Social Security office and bring it in personally along with the evidence that you need to provide. Once this form gets processed, Medicare will either reduce your premium going forward, or they will refund you the overpayment if you've already paid the higher amount and shouldn't have. So remember, this process isn't automatic. It doesn't really get advertised very much. And Medicare just sends these letters out where if you don't file the form, you're going to continue paying those higher premiums for the entire year. And there's no reason to do that if you don't have to. This is totally fixable. So if you've received one of these notices and you're unsure whether you should file Form SSA-44, this is one of those times where, a 5-minute conversation could save you potentially thousands of dollars over the long term. And if retirement is the thing that's changed your income, your Medicare premium should reflect that, not your past income. I hope this has been helpful. Have a great day.